The FBI discovered a tunnel this morning that the rapper had made in his home, connected to the basement of a former Michael Jackson home. The officers found strange items on the floor, such as children's clothing.
Actually terrifying to know that this exists.
It's uncovered tunnels underneath his house.
Diddy's?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Diddy's got tunnels underneath his house.
No.
5 tunnels leading to 5 other houses in that area.
What houses?
Because why? Supposedly, there's a tunnel connected from Diddy's house to Michael Jackson's house.
This just in. Cassie's ex-boyfriend is facing even more charges.
For years, whispers of underground tunnels connecting the mansions of the rich and powerful have circulated, fueling speculation about secret meetings, hidden crimes, and unseen worlds beneath Hollywood's elite. Some claim Diddy's lavish homes had passages linking them to infamous locations like the Playboy Mansion or even Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. While these theories remain unproven, the ongoing federal investigation into Diddy's alleged crimes has only intensified the intrigue, with former assistants now coming forward, revealing disturbing details of what they witnessed behind closed doors. The reality of his empire may be far more shocking than any conspiracy theory.
Diddy's got tunnels underneath his house.
No.
5 tunnels leading to 5 other houses in that area.
What houses?
Someone said Michael Jackson's old house.
Believe it.
Saw that photo, how
Blindly.
close he was to a port.
Because he's getting linked. He's getting
Yeah.
linked to crimes that involved
It's a shipping
shipping
It's
containers.
a shipping yard.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're buying a house that big, why do you want a shipping yard in the background if you're not doing something in that shipping yard?
Maybe he was just a huge investor in baby oil.
Maybe.
Needed to
Yeah.
have his eyes on the
product.
at all times.
Baby,
Psych, he did
Jeez.
really bad things.
Yep. This is the biggest assault lawsuit ever to exist in American history. Like,
Dude,
this
I
is-
love it.
It's
I don't love it. I love that. I hate.
love it. We're breaking records.
I hate this. What I love is that it's coming to light.
Yes,
I was
absolutely.
waiting for you to go back into a gaslight.
I need to start working on my eggshells with you guys.
You bring your own eggshells with you?
She's open her socks. She's always walking on it.
For years, conspiracy theories about underground tunnels connecting celebrity mansions have circulated online. Some claim secret passageways link Hollywood elites to hidden locations, allowing them to host private parties away from prying eyes. The Playboy Mansion, Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch, and various billionaire estates have all been subjects of these theories. But recent allegations against Sean Diddy Combs have reignited interest, with claims that his properties contained hidden tunnels used for far more sinister purposes. While many dismissed these rumors as internet speculation, former employees and investigators are now suggesting there may be some truth to them.
You and Jack Nicholson had your own secret passageway into the Playboy Mansion.
The site also reported that Diddy listed his LA home for sale shortly before the arrest. A source said that Diddy had lived in his Miami property for years now and was planning to sell his LA home once his daughters grew up and moved out. The house was listed for $61 million. It has 10 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, and a 2-story guest house. So way too much room. I can't imagine having that property. I would want all my friends to live there, my entire family. Now, there was an underground swimming tunnel referenced in a 2014 report. It's when Diddy purchased the home, and they said in the description that the European-style home includes a lagoon-style swimming pool with a grotto connected by an underwater swimming tunnel. So there's some kind of tunnel there.
The existence of these tunnels has become a significant topic in the ongoing federal case against Diddy, who faces charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy. Investigators raided his Los Angeles and Miami homes in early 2024, uncovering what they described as disturbing evidence. While authorities have not confirmed whether tunnels were part of their findings, several sources close to the case have hinted at their potential role in illicit activities. Some former employees, speaking anonymously, claimed that the tunnels allowed Diddy to move people in and out of his homes without security cameras or paparazzi catching on.
Guys, they found underground tunnels at Diddy's homes. This was first brought up by Shadow of Ezra, where he talked about the underground tunnels in Diddy's luxurious Los Angeles mansion. It It was an underwater swimming tunnel leading to a mysterious grotto reminiscent of an ancient and modern human use of caves. Now this is all alleged, of course, but they say that this tunnel connects to the Playboy Mansion. You guys remember that? Hugh Hefner, the guy who lived with all those women in his mansion? There's no available evidence right now. However, reports are noting that Combs mansions do have a pool with an underwater swimming tunnel. They say it's not connected to the Playboy Mansion, but there is a reason why the Playboy Mansion keeps coming up. 10 years ago, they were building underground tunnels to the Playboy Mansion for people like Jack Nicholson for his birthday. So this way, they don't have to go through the outside, but go underground in secret to the Playboy Mansion to do God knows what. You can see the sketches here of these underground tunnels being built. They were working on it, and it was supposed to connect celebrities like Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, Michael Jackson, just to name a few. As reported by People magazine, these underground tunnels to the Playboy Mansion were sealed off in the 1980s. The question is, do you believe that? Stay safe and be smart.
One of the most shocking claims comes from Diddy's former executive assistant, Phil Pines, who worked closely with the music mogul from 2019 to 2021. Pines admitted that he was initially in awe of the lavish lifestyle, but soon realized that what happened behind closed doors was far darker than he ever imagined.
He got me. He got me.
Diddy's former assistant in tears, in pain.
I think my life changed a lot, and I've never really recovered from it.
On the record for the first time about the one time he says Diddy ordered him to prove his allegiance with sex.
It's okay. Take your time.
I remember hearing the words, "Prove your loyalty to me, King."
Phil Pines, who is Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021, revealing to journalist Mara Escampo details of the night he says Sean Combs coerced him into having sex with a woman at an out-of-control sex party.
I saw how angry and upset he could get from the most simplest thing. And I just thought to myself, if I don't do this, I don't know what's gonna happen. This has all been a very psychological, emotional roller coaster for me.
The graphic details were first revealed in this 32-page lawsuit Phil filed on Christmas Eve, but his tell-all in the fall of Diddy is the first time he had spoken publicly about his claims.
Pines' testimony aligns with other allegations made by former staff members who describe being tasked with keeping Diddy's private affairs hidden. One anonymous bodyguard recalled instances where young women would arrive at the mansion and seemingly disappear for hours, only to re-emerge later in distress. These claims echo those made in lawsuits filed against Diddy, including accusations that he manipulated and coerced women into participating in freak-offs, private parties allegedly involving drugs, sex workers, and secret recordings.
Do you know the truth behind Diddy's freak-off parties? These parties were full of scantily clad women dancing around celebrities. From 2004 to 2009, Diddy's parties in the Hamptons attracted top celebrities, and even Reverend Al Sharpton made an appearance at one. But behind the glitz and glamour, these parties were hiding some dark secrets. Rumor has it that the parties were filled with barely dressed women, and Diddy allegedly used violence, threats, or coercion to force victims into sex trafficking with commercial sex workers. The parties were also reportedly flooded with illegal drugs, and Diddy even installed hidden cameras at the venue to maintain control over the victims. What's even more shocking is that the guest list for these parties was kept highly confidential, though it's rumored that big names like Jay-Z, Usher, Will Smith, Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, and the Kardashian family were regulars at Diddy's events. Now that Diddy is serving time at MDC as the case unfolds, many celebrities might be called to testify. If they were directly involved in the parties, they won't be witnesses. They could even face charges themselves. They either get indicted.
Gene Deal, who previously worked as Combs' bodyguard, has alleged that Combs had secret rooms equipped with hidden cameras, allegedly used to record interactions with influential individuals, including politicians, members of royalty, and religious leaders. Deal has suggested that the intent behind these recordings was to maintain leverage over powerful figures by capturing them in compromising situations.
Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers You know, you got to realize he ran with that that rat pack, and I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats, but I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him, and him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing, and I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy.
The claims are unsettling, and they echo previous scandals involving blackmail and clandestine recording operations. In the court of public opinion, the comparison to Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender known for allegedly using similar tactics, has gained traction. However, it is crucial to note that, as of now, there has been no verified evidence supporting these allegations against Combs beyond the statements made by Deal and some speculative reports from media outlets.
Though he was doing the trafficking in the whole 9 yards of young girls and sex like that, you did it on a private island. And it may have some similarities to Diddy. It may be that Diddy took the blueprint from Epstein, but Epstein didn't get caught with the baby oil. So that might be some similarities between him and Epstein. But R. Kelly and Cosby, I don't think there's any similarities to that.
So from your point of view, right, you have all the information. From your point of view, how do you see this ending with Diddy?
Well, I think it's gonna end like this. Either Diddy gonna spend the rest of his natural life in jail, or he gonna give the prosecutors something that's bigger than him, better than him, that's going to give him at least 15 to 20 years in jail.
However, fact-checking organizations, including Lead Stories, quickly debunked this claim. The image in question was revealed to be of the Grand Canyon Caverns in Arizona, not a tunnel in Combs' residence. This misrepresentation underscores how misinformation can shape public perception, making it crucial to approach such allegations with skepticism and demand verifiable evidence before jumping to conclusions.
The Diddy dungeon theory. Oh, how there's tunnels underneath his house?
That's
Michael
crazy.
Jackson in the song says, I always feel like somebody's watching me. And I have no privacy. Because why? Supposedly, there's a tunnel connected from Diddy's house to Michael Jackson's house.
No way.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I
That's
actually
a
did
big
not
one
know
right
that.
now. So I fact-checked this whole thing. There's AI pictures of it, but there's only proof that in Diddy's pool, there's tunnels leading to a private grotto. According to the website, it has a private theater that can fit 35 people. And the most curious thing about his property is that the underwater tunnel connected to a grotto is inside a mansion.
Damn.
So that kind of backs up the fact that it's Michael Jackson's house because they live close to each other.
Diddy has vehemently denied all allegations, calling the accusations against him baseless and part of a smear campaign to destroy his legacy. His legal team argues that the claims are fueled by opportunists seeking financial gain and have vowed to fight back aggressively. In response, Diddy has reportedly considered filing defamation lawsuits against some of his accusers, stating that he will not allow false narratives to ruin his career. His attorneys insist that any interactions were consensual and that there is no credible evidence to support the extreme claims made against him in the media and legal filings.
Combs has always denied any wrongdoing or criminal activity, okay? He and his attorneys have said that if anything sexual did happen, it was consensual. And remember, he hasn't been found liable in a court of law yet. He hasn't been found guilty in a court of law yet. And I think the argument would be it may seem strange to you and I. You and I might not engage in these kinds of freak-off sessions, but it's not necessarily illegal.
The music industry and broader entertainment world have responded to the controversy with a mix of curiosity and caution. While some industry insiders have expressed skepticism, others argue that the allegations fit into a broader pattern of secrecy and manipulation that has long been rumored within elite circles.
Sean Diddy Combs is responding to a new indictment against him. In the court docs, prosecutors accuse Combs of knowingly transporting people from 2009 to 2024, quote, with intent that the individuals engage in prostitution, stating that he willfully caused the transportation of female victims, including but not limited to Victim 1, Victim 2, and Victim 3, and commercial sex workers in interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions. The indictment also alleges that he, quote, engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women that was verbal, emotional, physical, and at times sexual, with the filing stating that he manipulated women to participate in orchestrated performances of sexual activity with Combs. At times, Combs and others acting at his direction made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence. In response to this new indictment against the record mogul, his lawyer Mark Agnifilo claims prosecutors are making a major mistake in their filing. Telling E! News in a statement January 30th, the latest indictment contains no new offenses. The prosecution's theory remains flawed. The government has added the ridiculous theory that two of Mr. Combs' former girlfriends were not girlfriends at all, but were prostitutes. Mr. Combs is as committed as ever to fighting these charges and winning at trial. The 55-year-old rapper previously pleaded not guilty to federal charges related to racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking following his September 2024 arrest.
The allegations against Sean Diddy Combs present a complex and highly charged situation, blending genuine concerns with sensationalist speculation. While the claims made by Gene Deal raise serious ethical and legal questions, they remain unverified, and the misinformation surrounding the case further complicates the matter. Until concrete evidence emerges, it is vital to approach the situation with a critical eye, relying on credible sources rather than unverified rumors.
On September 16, 2024, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was arrested in New York City and charged with racketeering, trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in relations for money. Prosecutors allege Diddy ran a criminal enterprise involving forced labor, kidnapping, and bribery. At the center of it all are so-called freak-offs, orchestrated erotic activities where Diddy allegedly directed men and women in X-rated performances. Many were said to be unknowingly filmed and blackmailed. Purportedly, victims, some underage, were controlled using threats, violence, narcotics, and money. Raids on Diddy's homes uncovered videos, firearms, and curiously, over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Combs denies all charges, but if convicted, faces up to life in prison.
We are committed to bringing justice to everyone who's been victimized by the defendant.
I hit rock bottom.
As investigations continue or fail to materialize, the truth will eventually come to light. Until then, maintaining a cautious yet open-minded approach remains the best course of action. As more allegations surface, prosecutors are focusing on electronic evidence seized from Diddy's homes. These recordings may also support testimonies from former assistants and staff members who have spoken out against him. One of the most alarming details revealed by Pines was the alleged existence of a private room accessible only through a hidden passageway. He described it as a soundproof space with luxurious furniture, cameras, and dim lighting. According to him, Diddy frequently hosted gatherings there, ensuring that whatever happened remained a secret. Pines claims that after he left his position, he struggled with guilt, knowing what he had witnessed, but being too afraid to speak out.
This morning, new details allegedly inside Diddy's world before his shocking arrest. The entertainment mogul now behind bars for federal trafficking and racketeering charges.
It was a circus. He did whatever he wanted, and we were just at his disposal.
Phil Pines was Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021. He says his then boss asked him to purchase supplies for parties dubbed Wild King Nights.
We usually had a laundry list of items that included lights, alcohol, marijuana, ketamine, Molly. Those requests started to become more frequent.
Pines claims many of these parties involved younger women.
A lot of times you would have him with a younger female, and there's a power dynamic there. A more impressionable girl is easier to reel in. Consent is between the people that are engaging, and I wasn't there in these situations to understand the consent.
These revelations have sparked debate about the culture of silence within the entertainment industry. Many former employees of powerful figures fear retaliation if they expose wrongdoing, leading to years of abuse being covered up. Pine stated that he finally decided to speak out because he realized he was protecting someone who didn't deserve it. He described the emotional toll of keeping secrets and the relief he felt after finally coming forward.
My job is to shield his private life from the public.
Pines even sharing audio he says is of Diddy telling Pines to bring him various substances during those Wild King nights.
Phil, I need some Cialis. Can you give me 20 Xanax, please? Hey, Phil, I need a plan B.
I remember hearing the words, "Prove your loyalty to me, King." He grabbed me by the shoulders, pushed me to a girl that was on the couch.
The alleged parties similar to the infamous freak-offs detailed in the federal charges against the star, where women were allegedly forced to perform sexual acts with Combs and others, often under the influence of drugs.
In the moment, it just felt like, what? Like, is this fun for him? Is this a test?
Pines bringing a lawsuit to Combs back in December accusing him of sexual battery and harassment.
Another former staff member also alleged that guests at Diddy's parties were often given drugs without their knowledge. She recalled an instance where she found a woman in distress and tried to help her, only to be warned by a higher-up to mind her business. These claims, if proven true, could further solidify the prosecution's case against Diddy, painting a picture of systemic exploitation and abuse.
Are you afraid in some ways that he'll get out, that there'll be some sort of retribution?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, even doing this, you know, it's like, maybe I shouldn't say, maybe I should stop talking, shut up, you know, but it's like, you know, well, not talking hasn't changed anything either.
Dee Woods was a rising star. Her promising career launched by music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
He's looked at as a hero of our community, and myself included, I looked up to him too, you know? So a lot of people don't want to believe that their hero can be this other person.
But now the former Danity Kane member is joining a chorus of voices speaking out against him, saying she felt Diddy created a verbally abusive work environment.
I'm curious why you decided to speak up now.
I would say that this moment now is a time where I feel like my experience, my truth will really be heard and actually considered and believed.
Diddy's attorneys continue to fight back, stating that the allegations are purely speculative and unsupported by hard evidence. They argue that Pines and others coming forward have their own motives, possibly looking for financial settlements or media attention. Diddy himself has hinted at taking legal action against those accusing him, considering defamation lawsuits to counter what he calls false narratives.
Diddy Combs has sued a news agency and a grand jury witness for defamation. The $50 million lawsuit claims that Courtney Burgess, who is a witness subpoenaed to testify in front of a grand jury against Combs, repeatedly spread false information that he had videos of Combs participating in the sexual assault of minors and celebrities. Combs' legal team says the videos do not exist. The lawsuit also includes News Nation's parent company, Nexstar Media, alleging that the network promoted Burgess's claim on air. The lawsuit claims the defendants fueled a, quote, media frenzy that will prevent Combs from having a fair trial.
As the case moves forward, the question remains, will the allegations about secret tunnels and hidden passageways hold up in court, or will they be dismissed as another celebrity conspiracy theory? While some former employees claim to have seen these tunnels firsthand, without physical proof, the rumors remain just that, rumors. Regardless of the outcome, this case highlights the dark side of fame and power. Whether or not tunnels truly exist beneath Diddy's mansions, the broader allegations of abuse, coercion, and secrecy are what ultimately matter. For years, many victims stayed silent out of fear, but now former assistants and staff are finally shedding light on what they claim was happening behind closed doors.
Diddy is adamant that these videos don't exist, so he's now suing them for $50 million in damages, including punitive, for the harm that the, quote, false and defamatory statements have caused. He alleges that these malicious lies from Burgess and Mitchell Kidd, platformed by News Nation, caused him to suffer from significant reputational and economic harm. Pause. I know a thing or two about defamation, and A, when you're a celebrity, winning a defamation case is much harder than if you're a civilian, and B, you have to prove reputational harm. That's gonna be a giant undertaking for Diddy, because before these two were spreading their assertions publicly, his reputation was already in the toilet.
So, what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more updates, and hit that bell so you never miss a thing.